Hi, this is Frederick from the Techno label Detroit, Berlin. This is the third part of my remix, the Rogue Unit remix of track from Eden Gray, Battery Cake for Marcel. Where I left off last time, in the meantime, I did a few things, quite important things, but I will go over it, and it concerns the bass I added in. Selected a small loop and did some EQing and some stuff on the bass. We'll let you show it in a minute. And then that rhythmic kick, I put it back in, did also some EQing and stuff on it. Rather simple stuff, but I wanted to do it on my monitor speakers because on the headphones the relations between the kick and the bass, they're extremely important in techno, and on the headphones, really good headphones, but the real low end, I want to hear it in the room, see how it feels. I'm used to working with the monitor speakers, and these headphones are quite new, so I really trust my speakers more than my headphones for the moment, so that's why I needed to do it on the speakers. I will go through it and then you will see how I actually implemented the bass and added the kick with the EQing and stuff on it. Gonna play the track, hope it buffers nicely and it keeps on playing. Sometimes when I just start up the program, it would take a little time. Sometimes the audio will drop out, but if I'm in the process of making the track for like 5 minutes, then everything goes smooth. So and if I look to my computer settings, for the moment it's about 21% using computer processing power, so it's not that hard on my processor. I told you I use the console one with the SSL 4000E plugin, I think it's called, on every channel, and it's quite low on processor power, so that's why I can keep my processing power that low. Just remembered that I wanted to do something, and maybe I'll do it right away. It's actually moving everything like 2 bars to the front, and let's have a look like this. It will create a better first little drop, so actually for the moment you're hearing the bass already, so if I cancel it out, all the rumbling noises they disappear, and it's nice, but the bass gives it that specific techno rumble. I simplified the bass line, took a small fragment out of it and just looped it the whole way through. What I said earlier about looping things over and over and over again with most interesting elements, don't do it. Don't just loop it and loop it and loop it, because it will be boring. But with like a thing like a very low bass frequency, and a kick and stuff, it might be better to just loop it all over the track, because too much dynamics in like the bass frequencies and the kicks and going from one to the other and back, it will create a very unstable track. The bass, like it's said, the bass is the bass, so it supports the track, and when you go like all directions with the bass frequencies, if you throw it all over the place, yeah, your track will be extremely inconsistent. So let's maybe solo the bass and see what I did right there. So doesn't matter where I start to play. So this is my channel strip. I'm gonna remove everything for now. What I also did was pitch it down, so it's at 2 octaves lower. So it's about half or a quarter from the original melody. A piece of it links to the original, but it will be very subtle because I'm pitching it down like 2 octaves. So yeah, it becomes a very low rumble, and then yeah, things can go rather the wrong way. So if I go to my channel strip first, something I do like kind of a sidechainish effect, the auto pan with these settings. Just take a look at the settings. The phase, I put it all the way up or all the way down, so like the phase it matches, and it's like a volume going up and down like a sawtooth. Then I invert that sawtooth because you want to create a dip. The amount you can play around with it, the shape you can play around with it. If you put it at 0%, it will be like just it will drop directly and then start going up. If you put the shape higher percentage, it will like stay longer, drop down, and then rise more quickly, and then stay up a little bit longer. So for like being in time with a kick, I prefer a short percentage, a small percentage on that auto pan, and the rate 1/4. Also put it on notes, not on hertz, and then it's right in time with the beat. If of course you have a 4 to the floor kick. If you don't, yeah, then don't use the auto pan. Better use some sidechain. Glue compressor and EQ8, simple plugins, but first let me go to the console. It's on channel 3, and if I go to channel 3, what do I got here? The dynamic shape, I put more sustain and less punch, because the bass, I don't want it clicking in and out. If I remove that shape, then I have those EQing. I put some low and high cut on there. Not going, yeah, I can bypass that in a moment. I have a compressor, but I also did some drive on it, and then I toned the character down so it would be more like woolly. Let me bypass the whole thing. Also did some input gain, some volume, output gain. So let's take a look at a dynamic shape. Gives a little bit more the fullness of the sound, the loop. Then I kind of gave some rise in volume at about 0.6 kilohertz and 0.7 kilohertz, so they kind of overlap. Maybe it's better to go for this and then 8.4 or something like this, and then just remove that one. This is about the same. This would be better, otherwise I would be like using two EQ boosts on pretty much the same frequency. So okay, then the compressor, just to tone it down, some drive, the character, the volume, that's all about it. And because I wanted to boost it more, the glue compressor, some makeup gain, and then the EQ to really cut that low end, because I have both kicks, a little bit of higher kick sample and then the low kick going on. If I turn it on, it still will come through. So the really low frequencies, yeah, they can cancel each other out, so be very sparse with how many low frequencies you put in a track. It can muddy it up very quickly. So let's take maybe a look at the kicks I imported. So when I bypass it, it's the same kick that I had when I opened the project, the stems. So this little rhythm. Of course a low cut, because that low end want to get rid of it. And what I then did was I put a lot of drive on it and some input gain to really get those high frequencies out of the kick, in the sense that they come above, and some sustain, some punch, because this is more rhythmical. I want it punchy, even more frequencies, high frequencies boosting, and then to keep it under control, some compression. Then the volume, turn it all the way down again, so everything is quite dense and compressed, but still has a little bit of punch with the dynamic shape. So this is actually the only thing I did with it. So that's bass, that's like the rhythmical kick element. And a few slight variations, so I'll play it right here. It's all subtle, it's all more on the background, but if you have a lot going on, That's not too jumpy from one to another, then yeah, it all works together to get one nice drive going on. And when you have more elements, you can let some elements come in and go out without the whole track just falling apart. Because if you use like 3 elements and you cut one out, the whole mood will change, especially when it's got a lot of bass in it, or it's a very almost piercing sound. If you drop it out, like you cut it out at a certain position, at a certain place, then it will be, sometimes that works. But if you want to have like a club track that's more like flowing, then yeah, don't cut too many things out. That wouldn't be so nice on dance floor. Of course, after a drop or to begin a drop with, you can cut stuff out, but always keep consistency. I want to do something with snares, and yeah, like I mentioned before, I use the sample packs from Sample Stream. We'll put some links in the description below. Check them out. They're quite cheap at I think €1 or $1 per sample pack. Got kick loops, one-shot snare sounds and hi-hat loops. So yeah, please check them out. They're great to work with. Gonna choose like a drum rack, I think. Yeah. No, or yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look. Okay, drum rack. Here we go. Voila. Gonna put this on there, and actually then I can, I think, just remove this. So I have the drum rack. Let's see. Okie dokie, and I'll go back to my snares. Okay, let me see. This will be some trial and error. I actually don't use it that often, so a little bit fucking around here. Right on time. I like that. And then I could, of course, actually go to this one and even took the wrong sample. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to do it this way. Like that. Okay. a lot of latency on this controller, so it's probably because of the buffering. Let me try to solve this. See, that's not workable. So let's see, go to settings, buffer size, driver error compensation, that sample rate, let's put it at 128, and I'll try to put this on like 0. Will it or won't it work? I don't think it does anything. Let's put it at -32 again. Still latency, so that's why I like analog stuff or digital stuff, but hardware, because you have your input going into the computer, you play it, and you have no latency at all. I'm really not that good with latency and stuff like you see right now. I don't know how I can fix this. I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try, instead of using the Minimoog Voyager as a MIDI controller, just taking my Q-Nexus. Be right back. So, Keith McMillan, Q-Nexus keyboard, rubberized, so got a sticky feeling, but I probably should clean it. Haven't been using it in a while. And yeah, let's do it like this and hope that it works. So, doesn't light up. Why doesn't it light up like a normal Q-Nexus would? Because I use this with my modular synth, and the lights, the LEDs, they create kind of a noise that goes through the whole modular synthesizer, and of course that's not good. So I don't have any visual reference when playing, but it doesn't make the noise I don't want on the, I think it's port 1. Okay. It's better, but I'm still not convinced. Definitely better, but actually I really don't think I will be using this as a way to control it. Let's just put it aside, and I'll have to take a look at that later on. Yeah, I go crazy when there's latency involved. It takes me out of the process, because I was kind of getting into the drive. Always when you start a new project, it takes some time. Like when you enter a club, you're not directly in the right mood. It takes a little while to get connected with the flow. Same with making a track. You eventually, after a few minutes, get into like the drive, and then it gets flowing and ideas come and pop out. When you have like latency problems, the whole flow is just wasted. I've been like a few minutes busy with these latency issues that actually shouldn't be there. It's inevitable. especially with like a MIDI interface. Yeah, I'm so stressed out for the moment. Have the drum rack. I was going through the snares, and yeah, just let's draw them. I don't care anymore, but I'm totally losing the flow of the track, so let's just choose a few snares and get going with those snares. That's very crispy. Okay, so let's keep it with that. Can put this aside so I can zoom in some more. Okay. Still gonna try to use this, even if it's just to this one a lot. Let's see, it's together, I think. Try to right now is like go to the samples and see if there's a way to pan them. Why can't kind of like this, where this is going. I will have to do variations of this because it can't go the whole way on the track. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so we have a rough sketch of the snares. Not entirely sure, but I'll tweak some things. I have still a whole part that needs some work. The kicks are there, like the... Actually, they're not kicks anymore, they're like more percussive elements. I need to make sure that it goes well with the snares. So let's see. Maybe I can cross modulate some things. I still have to work on like the automation with the effects send and returns. But let's keep that for another episode. Gonna think it through, gonna export it, listen to it on my mobile device, and yeah, see how it translates if I'm not visually guided in the whole track. So yeah, that's the best way to analyze the things you do. Just let it rest for a couple of hours, maybe a few days, and then just listen back to it. Then you can listen to it like from another perspective. Do it all the time. So yeah, especially with tracks that aren't mine, you can directly listen to them and have like a non-biased opinion. If you work on your own tracks, then that's another story, because if you listen for like an hour to a loop, every loop will sound good. So let's just put it in the fridge for now. And yeah, I would say, if you like these videos, smash the like button, hit the bell button to be notified when upcoming videos are posted. Please comment down below if you have some questions, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.